After a long hiatus from rail fanning, my grandpa and I are back at it again. We started our trip today at a classic location. The first train of the day was I-002. I-002 was the only train we were expecting to see at Lake Avenue before continuing our trip down the lakeshore on Route 5. However, as the end of I-002 approached, we heard a horn behind us. It was M561 with an SD70 Mac leader. M561 was supposed to be a straight shot to Erie, but when he hit the detector at Bayview, problems arose.
CSX detector, milepost 10.3, track main 1. You have a defect.
The defect turned out to be a hot wheel on the third locomotive in the consist, which is dead in tow. The locomotive was going in for a rebuild in Erie, Pennsylvania.
They want to step on that defect detector, so I'm listening to it now.
While M561 was stopped on track 1, the dispatcher routed I-169 around him on track 2. After 169 had passed, the dispatcher contacted M561 to check in.
Nothing warm and brakes not on or anything? No, we just released the brakes and it's actually dragging me back down the hill here with the independent on, so everything's rolling free.
Even though everything seemed to be normal, a crew truck was still going to follow M561 for a few miles. The crew truck would take a while to get down here, so we decided to move to a new location. The new location was Hanford Road, another one of our favorite spots. We come here more often in the summer, but you could call this mid-September day summer because it was 80 degrees out. We assumed M561 would be the first train to round the curve, but it was actually I-009. M561 was still traveling at 10 miles an hour due to the hot wheel. I-009 also had a heritage unit leading, number 1967, the Seaboard Coastline. After 009, M561 came through, accelerating past 10 miles per hour. They passed the detector at 28.9, which is about a half mile down from the shot. The detector didn't go off, so they should be good to go. 561 picking up speed, we opted to not catch the whole train to Hanford. We decided to move to Center Road, which is an overpass about 7 miles from where we just were.
Track inspector still following you, over. Stay safe, I need to job.
We then continued our chase to the outskirts of Dunkirk, where we just missed him. Since he was picking up speed, we figured we had to travel quite a distance to catch up to him again.
You want to keep going that way? Or go here? Turn around.
We chose Walker Road, a little bit west of Westfield Railfan Park. We'd been here a few times before, but we've never seen a train here until now. After 567, we made our way down into Pennsylvania and Brickyard Road. Not long after, I-158 came through with CPKC power. After that, we moved west to Davison Road on the outskirts of Erie. By this time, the last trains of the day were coming through, a parade of intermodals. Just minutes after, the gates went right back down for IO-10. We concluded our night on the Norfolk Southern side with train 310 heading eastbound. After 310, we made our way into Erie to get some KFC takeout and eat by the tracks. After that, we went back to our hotel room to settle in for the night. The next morning, we were out before the sun at Bort Road, probably the best spot on the Erie coast. The first train of the morning was NS 265, a westbound intermodal. We then quickly moved on top of the bridge to the CSX side to catch I-162.
know, this has got to be one of the best spots. Hi.
It is.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're having a riot.
Not long after came the Lakeshore Limited, which is about one of the best horns I've ever heard. We then went back to the hotel to eat breakfast and pack up. After that, we headed to the outskirts of Northeast, where Norfolk Southern C-62 was coming with one tank car. Then it was back west to Remington Road, where I-020 came rolling through. Then it was B-115, loaded ethanol tankers. Next up was M367 and L356, the Blue Goose Local. M367 was 776 axles long and over 11,000 feet, by far the longest train we saw the whole trip.
I know they're on the same track.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. That's why he's beeping. He's telling them to get off of this track.
while later, the gates activated one more time at Remington for M205. M205 was pretty sizable today as well, carrying auto racks. We then continued our trip back east to Railfan Park, where I-169 came through just as we started to set up. By this time, NS-316 had come into the picture, so we moved down to the bridge that goes over the creek to get a good shot. Then it was a quick drive back to the CSX side to catch I-017 speeding through. We thought I-017 would be the last train that we saw at Railfan Park, and I guess we were right, unless you count this weird-looking tie train thing.
What is this thing?
Continuing our drive home, we then heard M635 on the radio, so we pulled over at McKinley Road. What we didn't know was that M635 also had CSX Heritage Unit number 1776 as a mid-train DPU.
Oh, wow.
We thought M635 would be the last train of the trip until we heard I-009 when we were passing through Irving. We pulled over at the bridge and sure enough, there he was. Anyway, that concludes the Summer Northeast 2024 train trip. We had a lot of fun filming this video, and I hope we get to do it every year from now on.